It's taken me years to get to the point where I want to paddle Bass Strait, and I resisted it for a whole bunch of reasons. You know, the sun burning the back of my neck is probably more dangerous than me crossing Bass Strait. Everyone thinks it's nuts. You know, it's, Beau, you're crossing the Everest of the sea. Well, that's a complete lie. You do it on a day like today. You do it when it's calm and sedate. You don't do it when it's the gates of hell, because it can be, right? But decision making and experience, yeah, you do it on your own terms. You know, you think Hillary did it just to knock the bastard off, and Mallory because it was there, you know. Bass Strait is there, and it's just over my paddock. There are these beautiful islands at 50 to 80 kilometres apart, and so it is just made for the sea kayaking expedition.
Sense of fun in this, you know, catching a train to go for a sea kayak paddle. I wonder if there's ever been anyone that's taken a sea kayak on a metro train in a city, and it looks like I'm carrying around a rifle. Check it out, I've got a knife on me. So there's a whole bunch of weirdos on this train line, but I'm safe as, because I've got a gun with me and a knife. So I'm sweet. In 4 or 5 months I want to paddle Bass Strait from the Australian mainland to Tassie. Anyway, the paddle itself is about 300 odd Ks, take between 2 and 4 weeks. And yeah, I just want to share it, you know, cook with people, laugh with people, plan with people. Matt's coming along, this great guy, bomb-proof, hard as nails. Dan is the opposite of that in that he's soft and cuddly. And then you've got Tim, who's a great teacher, ex-student of mine actually, and I don't know Dan and Tim very well, but between all 4 of us, you mix us together, and that's a really good melting pot of decision-making and fun and just mateship. Yeah, I don't like training at the best of times, so why not take the train for a training paddle? I don't like training, but I don't like dying either, so I'm going to practice this morning. I'm going to do this re-entry and roll. It's this nifty trick where if you get dumped out at sea, you have to get back in your kayak upside down and roll it back up again. And I haven't done it in years because I kind of, you know, when you get good at kayaking, you just go forward, right? My previous big sea kayaking trip was paddling around Africa from Mozambique to Cape Town. A couple of 1,000 kilometres and over 5 months, and I was scared stiff a lot of that trip. I was by myself out at sea. And look, I haven't been kayaking for years. I've been kind of off doing other things, exploring the wonders of life. You know, running, and I ran across the Australian Alps. And I'm now wood chopping, you know, and I'm a real rookie wood chopper. I'm bad at it. And I really like exploring the idea of other versions of Beau and other physical things. I teach about this stuff, but I've got to keep my toes wet. I've got to keep in it. 300 days a year now, I'm in a 3x3 metre room. And I'm not out there really living it like I did for 10 years.
We have here a super duper nice expedition kayak. Heaps of storage up front and down the back, and we'll take a sail real nice. I get dead legs when I paddle, so hopefully it doesn't send my legs to sleep. Ugh. I'll do some major adjustments. So this is a comparison. This took me to Africa. This is going to take me across Bass Strait. A coaster made for beating up against rocks, and a crosser made for going fast across large bodies of water. So this is it. This is home for the next couple of months. Training in it and then living out of it. Half of me, it makes me really excited, and then the other half of me thinks, God, it's a lot of work. But once you get beyond that and you do actually get on the water, it's primo. It's really nice, but you got to get through that training phase to get to the journey. Matt and I will do a training paddle this morning. We're about a month away from departure, and it's the first time we've both had our fast mirages.
And put that on.
Yep. That just clips it in.
When Beau and I were working together at Monash Uni, he first planted the seed. I think last November, around then, he said it's a good chance of happening, so I was as keen as mustard. Oh, I thought that was a some type of trolley. I was like, geez, that's a good setup. Between family and work, I've just got to get the time to train for this thing. So now that I've had a couple of good-sized paddles under my belt, I'm getting more confident that physically it shouldn't be a problem. And all the other preparation and logistics, we can dial that. Pretty confident of that.
The nice part about training is when you can share it too. Or maybe I'm starting to reach the end of my expeditions where I'm just by myself. The meaningless sort of resonates way too much when you're by yourself and you just want to share it, you know? So I'm just back from the paddle and it was a horrible paddle. I couldn't feel my legs after about 10, 15 minutes. Hamstrings are laser tight. So I need to do some major adjustments to the seat, which in itself is super comfy, but only for about 10 minutes, and then things just don't work. So there's another week or two of mucking around and adjusting and fine tuning, and what a waste of time. I've been a builder basically for the last week and a half. I took some time off work and it's while my utes turned back into a tradie wagon. And my left arm has been sort of pushed and pulled, hauling these big timbers around. So it's given me a workout. I've got 2 Achilles heels. One is my bum and legs not working at all, and my arm. So I've got to fix them before this time next week or I just won't push off. Although that's probably a lie, I probably will, regardless of what's going to happen. Dan landed this morning and I think this might be him now. Hello? There he is, look at this.
Been on campus for about 20 minutes, just wandering around.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Just getting used to it all.
Dan's only been in Australia for 7 or 8 hours. I don't even know him very well, so this could be a complete bloody disaster. We'll each do 5 or 6 meals each, and basically it'll be one-upmanship. So we've got to impress each other better and better every day. So I'll see you tomorrow morning for our first paddle.
Sweet, mate.
Great to have you here, Dan.
G'day, mate. Trying to pack my life into a bag or a box and a satchel, thinking about the trip, thinking about learning to use a sail in a boat like I haven't used in waters I've never been in. Been pretty full on. I managed to go around Hong Kong 4 times. I mean, it's nothing like the best. The only thing that I know I'm going to be good at is I'm very good at sitting in a boat for 12 to 13 hours. So if nothing else, I've got the ability to sit. I heard about Beau before. I heard about his exploits and his adventures. And within about 6 minutes of meeting him, he mentioned this trip. I didn't even know what the Bass Strait was at the time.
I've been sea kayaking for enough years to get things right, but every trip I still get something wrong. There's my water bottle, a bolognese jar of water. The beauty about not bringing things is that it reduces the amount of moving parts in an expedition. You are kidding. I don't have a paddle. So I'll have to run back to go and get my paddle, which I left in the car. It's there, it's sitting next to the other half of my brain. What an idiot.
So this is the first starfish I've ever seen, but being Australia, I don't want to touch it because I presume it's going to kill me. The mirage is pretty intimidating at the moment. Looking how narrow it is, it looks super responsive. I haven't used a rudder a massive amount, and the sail petrifies me at the moment. So we'll see how it goes. Been here a day, I love it.
Geez, it's been a busy, they always are. They're super duper busy lead ups. And in fact, you need to go on expedition sometimes just to get back a balanced form of time, you know. I'm just going to get my boat before it floats out to sea, by the way. So I just got an email from Tim. He was diagnosed with lymphoma and he can't come. It meant a lot for him to sort of come back to real life, to do Bass Strait again. He's got to now go through a whole rigorous round of more chemo and more aggressive radiation, and he's got to crank things up just to get rid of this lump. He knows I'm not a Christian, he knows I'm not a God-fearing man, but he still says that in his email. You know, really lovely email. He says, I know you're not religious, but I am, and God bless you, you know, and yeah, what a lovely guy.
got a call from Beau, basically just saying, pull the trigger, mate. We're going tomorrow, lunchtime.